What's going on, y'all? Thanks for checking in the Khaliis Take. You know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell just so you can get the newest and the bonus content first. But hey, let's just go ahead and jump right in. In my eyes, nobody should be surprised by this at all. Nobody should be surprised by the results and the power rankings and the standings for, the Clippers specifically. Right now, if you look at Sports Illustrated, you can see for yourself that the Clippers are not only rated, the team to win the championship, but, they're rated over the Warriors to win the championship. And usually a lot of times that's really not the case. Usually it's always, the competition is lower compared to the team that won the championship because they're the team that's on top right now currently, and defending their championship is what they plan on doing, of course. And now, because of the Clippers roster, the way they're built, the way they're put together, now they actually have a point guard, and if everybody stays healthy, this team is definitely the scariest team. I don't think nobody wants to see this team in a 7-game series, and now it makes it really, really difficult for the voters to look at the top teams and say, oh, okay, well, the Warriors can definitely repeat, because when you look at the way the Clippers are built to beat the Warriors, because the Warriors have the Splash Brothers, they got Jordan Poole, they got Draymond Green, and they got some other good pieces, but at the same time, when you look at their team, I feel like the Warriors lost a piece that they're not going to be able to make up for. Gary Payton, GP2, I feel like that was a huge loss for them because that dude can really defend. That dude can stretch the floor a little bit. He could shoot a little bit better. Now he's starting to shoot a little bit better more and more. He's starting to get more confidence in his jumper. And I think, GP2 is going to be a really good all-around player. You see what I'm saying? Now he's on, I think, the Portland Trailblazers, so I feel like that was a big loss for them. And then you look at, the Warriors matched up against, the Clippers. I mean, you kind of can't count Draymond Green a little bit because he really doesn't score like that. So, I mean, offensively, you can't count Draymond Green because he doesn't score that well, but he can facilitate and he plays very good defense. But the thing is, you can only play but so much good defense because you can't stop superstars. You can't stop guys who can really put the ball in the basket. You can't stop star players. You can't do that. I mean, he's not going to be able to stop, Kawhi or PG offensively. He can't do that. I mean, he can stop them some here and there, but it's not going to be enough for them not to average 25 to 30 points that whole series between, each of them averaging 25, 30 points the whole series. It's not enough. You see what I'm talking about? So, with that being said, it's going to be really tough. And then, the pressure offensively that the Warriors put on other people or other teams, the Clippers have the same type of ability because they got so many offensive weapons. It's going to be hard to guard all of them. And then, like I said, you look at somebody like Jordan Poole, he can really score a lot. Don't get me wrong. But if we look at it from this standpoint, what if the Clippers rotate between Robert Covington and, maybe somebody like, let's say, Terrence Mann on, Jordan Poole, give him different looks defensively like that. What is Jordan Poole going to do then? Jordan Poole, he hit a couple big shots, in the finals. Don't get me wrong. He was a big part of what they did. But when you put defense on him like that, it's going to basically shut him out. It really is. You see what I'm saying? And then, of course, you got Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins emerged, but I mean, honestly, you can put probably Nicholas Batum or Andrew Wiggins and he'll slow him down a little bit between him and Robert Covington. There again, see, that's the thing. And then Terrence Mann comes in, he plays tough defense. Then if they hypothetically, they still got Marcus Morris by then, he plays tough defense. You know what I'm saying? Like it's going to be tough. It is. And then every now and then, hey, maybe the Claw or, Paul George might defend, Andrew Wiggins and slow down his momentum. So those X factors that really help the Warriors in this in the finals, they can be non-factors when they play against the Clippers because the Clippers have so much depth defensively and offensively. It could stop a lot of what the Warriors do in regards to their system and how they play. Now, like I said, now they would have kept GP2, that would have been a little bit different because they would have had somebody that they can be a glue guy to one of they're one of the Clippers' main role players, one of their role players that really contributes a lot, almost like a Reggie Jackson, somebody like that, or somebody like a John Wall. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, when you look at that's why I said that GP2 loss was huge for them. So, I mean, a lot of people are not looking at it. A lot of people are not really seeing that loss as being that big, but it is. You know what I'm saying? It gives the Warriors more versatility on defense, compared to other teams with GP2 on there. And then, like I said, Andrew Wiggins plays defense. And then on the back end, coming off the bench, you do got Kuminga. So, I mean, that's going to be tough for them. Now, I will say the Warriors do get James Wiseman back. So that's going to be tough for the Clippers, because James Wiseman is pretty good. I actually liked him, coming out of college and everything. I actually liked James Wiseman a little bit. I saw in the NBA of him. He does have a lot of talent. Very, very, very talented young dude, you know what I'm saying? So I got to give him credit there, but health is his main thing. I mean, I haven't seen much of him because of his health, so hopefully he stays healthy and help the Warriors out in that way. But I don't think he's going to be enough to overcome what the Clippers have coming at a team like them. You see what I'm saying? So Draymond Green definitely has mentioned, as I said in my other video, that they're the team to they're the team is going to give us the most competition, as I said in a few videos ago that I made about that. And Draymond Green is right, because when you look at their depth on offense and defense, the Clippers really are the most stacked team in the NBA. It's not even close. I mean, the Lakers, it's going to take them getting Kyrie to be competitive in California. Honestly, I mean, or in the West, or in California alone. Out here in LA, it's going to take them to get Kyrie to be competitive, because the Warriors and Clippers are definitely, if both of those teams stay healthy, they definitely in the forefront of winning the championship. And the Lakers going to have to at least be able to compete against those teams. So they're going to have to at least get Kyrie or somebody like that to at least compete. Because, I mean, with Russell Westbrook, they won't have a chance, I don't think. So, I mean, it's going to be tough. And like I said, I agree with Draymond. The Warriors' biggest challenge is going to be the Clippers, probably going into next season. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I mean, that's going to be their biggest challenge, because stopping Kawhi and PG is enough. But then remember, Kawhi and PG are great on defense too. They make great defensive plays, and Kawhi might be arguably the best defender of all time. I mean, a lot of people look at Kawhi Leonard as a better defender than Dennis Rodman. Well, hell, a lot of people look at Draymond Green as good or a better defender than Dennis Rodman, even though a lot of people looked at Dennis Rodman or revered him back in the day as, one of the best defenders or the best defender of all time, able to impose his will on the game and do crazy things, just like Draymond does, get under people's skin, but play really good defense when it's time, fourth quarter crunch time, and make good plays. So, I mean, if, Dennis Rodman is one of the GOATs when it comes to defense. So, and Kawhi and Draymond is right there. But me personally, I would take Kawhi over all of them, because Kawhi's big hands, his movements in regards to being able to guard the perimeter defenders, the way the game is now with the 3-point shooters and all that, it takes more skill, I think, now to defend somebody rather than it did back in the day, because everything was more structured basketball back then. The center, the big man, just did hook shots back then in the paint. He didn't step out to the 3-point line and shoot and all that stuff the way big men shoot now. Now you got 7-footers shooting threes like it's no tomorrow. I mean, everybody could shoot in the NBA now, seem like. So the game is a lot different. But my point is, not to get too far off topic, the Clippers definitely will give, the Warriors way more than they can handle, because like I said, Draymond is getting older, and we saw a lot of his, we probably saw the best or the last of Draymond, the last good part of Draymond this past season when they just won the championship, because honestly, Draymond didn't even play good half that whole series in the finals. So really, when you look at it, it's like, now that Draymond's never been a scorer, but now that he's getting older and his defense is starting to wane a little bit, and he's starting to look a little gray in the face there. Now Draymond is less effective to me, because like I said, now that he's getting a little older and he doesn't have no offense, he doesn't really help the team at times when he's not really facilitating at a high level, and if he's not playing ball hawk type defense the whole game. Now he's almost kind of like a non-factor to them. at some point. And, like I said, we saw it in this past finals. I mean, there was several games he wasn't even really a factor, like talking about. And they were talking about how Draymond need to step up and all this stuff. Well, you're going to really have to step up against a team like the Clippers because, man, they're stacked from top to bottom. And like I said, I just don't think the Warriors can defend all those players. I mean, Stephen Curry is not known for playing defense. He plays a little bit. And matter of fact, I'll give him a little credit. He played, better defense. He made some, he made some key defensive plays this past, finals. But that's against a young Boston team who's inexperienced. The Clippers are not inexperienced. Everybody on there has been in the league. Everybody on there is a veteran. Everybody on there is 30 years old and up. What I'm saying? Of course, there's someone there who's not 30 years old, but I'm just saying for the majority of the veterans that's on the Clippers, everybody's like 30 years old plus. So it's like there's all veterans on the Clippers, guys who've been in this league a long time. You're not going to bully them the way you did or, get in their head the way you did with the Celtics. It's just not going to happen. You see what I'm saying? And then on top of that, you got to look at it. It would just be an all around mismatch, really, when you think about it, because like I said, Jordan Poole, he doesn't defend. You see what I'm saying? They never even used Toscano Anderson. He was one of their really primary good defenders too. They never really used him like that. They didn't use Kuminga like that. He can defend as well. I'll give him that. But at the same time, Kuminga is not going to come in there and change the whole series, I don't believe, because like I said, it's just not. No, he's not. But he's not going to do nothing to a Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, people like that. He's not going to do anything to people like that because he can't. Like I said, nobody can stop those type players. They just do what they want offensively, and that's it. Like, you're not going to be able to stop that. And then with Nicholas Batum and all them on the perimeter shooting, it's going to be really tough to guard them. And that's why I said, the way the power rankings is right now, having the Clippers rated over the Warriors to win the championship, it doesn't surprise me at all, and it really shouldn't surprise you or anybody else out there in the NBA world, because as I said, the Clippers are stacked from top to bottom on both sides of the floor. And like I said, I just don't think the Warriors have enough for that. Now, unless they go out and get some other pieces or something, but when you win a championship, you're not acquiring too many pieces. You're just trying to keep the same pieces you had, so maybe you can try to repeat and just add maybe a piece or two here and there. So I mean, like I said, it'll be a great series to see. I really hope that it happens. I think it would be. I think that series between the Warriors and the Clippers might actually be better than the NBA Finals. Whoever they play in the finals, I actually think that series would be better. You see what I'm saying? So it'd be nice. It'd be nice if they were able to make that the NBA Finals, but of course that can't be. It has to be the East versus the West. So I definitely get it, but I'm definitely anticipating that. I'm also anticipating the regular season matchups as well. So I can't wait to see it, and I can't wait to see how it all unfolds. But hey, that's my take on everything. Leave any comments in the comment section. Check out my other videos if you haven't. And hey, Khaliis out.